And some breaking news just into us. Federal prosecutors just filed new charges against a Mexican state governor and 9 other current and former Mexican government and police officials for allegedly conspiring with cartel leaders, including the sons of El Chapo. Prosecutors writing in brand new court documents, quote, "These politicians and law enforcement officials have abused their authority in support of the cartel, exposed and subjected victims to threats and violence, and sold out their offices in exchange for massive bribes." Roca Moya, the governor of the Mexican state of Sinaloa, has long denied accusations of corruption related to the cartel in his state. NBC News has not been able to immediately reach attorneys for all 10 defendants in this case. Let's bring in Jonathan Dienst. Jonathan, what more are we learning from these new court documents here? Pretty extraordinary case.
Yes, that the governor and 9 current and former Mexican officials, some of them leading state and local police officials, allegedly involved in helping the Sinaloa cartel export drugs, get machine guns and other weapons. And in one case, one former police official accused of helping the cartel carry out kidnappings and murder of DEA informants and his relatives. So that contained in the indictment handed up by the Southern District late this afternoon. Again, the drugs, weapons, and murder for hire type charges filed, which carry up to 40 years in life if convicted. The governor, a short time ago, putting out a statement denying any wrongdoing, saying that the charges are politically motivated. The Mexican government put out a statement saying that they have received an extradition request from the United States for the governor and those 9 officials to be sent back to here to New York to face trial, and that the Mexican government is currently considering that request. Again, the charges carry up to 40 years to life. President Claudia Sheinbaum has not issued a public statement yet. Some of those charged are members of her political party. In the past, she has denied having any knowledge that any political associates are involved with the cartels. And again, in this case, the Sinaloa cartel is accused to be the main player here that was paying millions in bribes to some of these officials. The charges allege several of the officials were literally on the payroll, being paid tens of thousands of dollars a month to help either turn a blind eye to the crimes and of violence and drug dealing that they were involved in, and or literally helping them learn information that was being shared among law enforcement about their drug operations. So again, the Sinaloa governor and 9 others charged, and New York officials looking to have them extradited here to New York to face trial.
How quickly does that extradition process typically go, Jonathan? I could see it almost being a safety issue for the defendants here.
It could take quite a while. It could go relatively quickly. It really is at the hands of the Mexican government now in terms of how cooperative they want to be. We have seen in the past, recent past, that they have sent numerous drug kingpins back to New York and Chicago and elsewhere to face trial. So we await to see what will happen in this case.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.